Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-August 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising, just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the remainder of August. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column. We're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's go ahead and get into it. Column number 1, Virgo, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have a summary affirmation card of I am destined. This card, I feel like, brings so much peace, honestly. And something, it could have been good destiny, it could have not been. But at the end of the day, it was destined to happen. So it could have been destined to happen in your favor. All the stars aligned and everything was perfect, Virgo. Or no matter what you did, you couldn't have changed the outcome. It was destined to happen the way that it was supposed to. But either way, there's kind of this sense of peace and knowing that, again, it was destined to happen. So just know whatever happened in these last few weeks, there was nothing you could have done to change it, or the stars were perfectly aligned in your favor, right? Let's take a look, though, and see what messages we've got here. First up, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like knight in shining armor, prince or princess charming, very romantic, very proposal-like. So very much so a new love card for many of you. For some of you, this could have been a new opportunity as well. And again, it's like that ideal, that perfect opportunity, or that ideal, that perfect relationship. The next card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a card, it can be a little stagnant. Things could be feeling a little stuck, quite literally hanging there by the foot. When that happens, we have to take a new approach. We have to take a new perspective on things, which I think you did a great job of. This is also a card of gaining some wisdom. So there's a lot of knowledge that comes through that trial and error. We tried one way and it didn't work. We tried a different way. Again, lots of knowledge gained through that. At the bottom, we have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is a very nostalgic card. It could be looking back to figure out where to go forward, so some nice reflection happening. This can also be a card of receiving a gift too, maybe an unexpected gift. This could be a reunion, so potentially some new old love there. But again, I feel like this ties more into this middle card, the Hangman, when things didn't work out. Again, it was that kind of perspective, that reflection, what I've done before, how I can do it going forward, different approach, different perspective. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of being very traditional, being very conventional, very much so a relationship card, which makes sense there. Also, going into that where we tried something and it didn't work, well, this is like breaking out of the normal. We can't always do the same old traditional thing and expect good results. So that kind of shift or that change of trying something other than what we had tried before. The next card that we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of overdoing something potentially. So this is like greed, envy, materialism. Again, it's typically the overdoing of something. I think in some cases you could have been overthinking what needed to be done. Like you tried one thing and it didn't work, and then that really like got us thinking and maybe thinking it wouldn't be successful. I'm glad we kind of had that retrospective though, that reflection, and were able to try something that we knew, because I feel like, again, this really sent us into a cycle of overthinking, maybe when things didn't work out the way we planned, Virgo. Again, things were destined to happen though, so everything happened just the way it should. At the bottom here, we have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups has a literal translation of wishes coming true. So it's interesting. You might have kind of taken a beaten, battered path here, but I feel like you came out on top, which is wonderful. We got to the thing that we wanted. We got to the thing that was destined to happen, even though it could have very well been a journey. Again, we might be a little beaten and battered as we got there, right? Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything just general, main messages coming for the remainder of August. We have a summary affirmation card, Virgo, of I will protect. This is an interesting one because it's such a variety of things that could be protected. We could be protecting a thought or an idea, a person, a belief, but a little bit of protection happening, it seems, in these next few weeks. Let's take a look at cards, though, and see what other messages I can give you here on that. Not at all surprised to see our Seven of Wands there. Very much so a protection card as well. But first and foremost, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. Things kind of coming rapid fire, change happening quickly. So just be aware of that. The Eight of Wands can also be a card of finding out news, receiving communication. I think things are changing though, and there is one thing that you want to stay constant, or one thing that you need, and it's like that's the thing that we're protecting, that's the thing that we're fighting for. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of self-defense. It's protecting yourself against competition. Again, it's that protection. So there's one thing that we're trying to protect through this change, it seems. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Cups. We might not be super thrilled about this change. The Five of Cups is kind of a card of low feelings. We might also feel like we don't get to keep this one thing. Again, there's like one constant, and I'm not sure, I'm sure it varies for a lot of you. But it's like we're worried this one thing is going to go away through the change. But what this is saying here, Virgo, is you can hold on to that one thing and still go through this change. So I think you're worried about losing that one thing, but I don't know that you're going to lose that one thing even though you're feeling like you are. But the message is that you can protect it. You can carry it forward. So let's run through our clarifiers. First up, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card. This is like completing things. You see how this looks like a finish line. Again, you can carry this one thing across the finish line with you. You don't have to give it up here. Also, friends and family may be able to help you maintain this thing too. I know that's kind of an odd message, but I guess it depends on what we're talking about here, but friends and family could be coming into play as well. The next card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman can be a stagnant card. We talked about this a little bit earlier. But take a different perspective. Take a different approach. Again, I feel like you're convinced you have to give this thing up. But with the right perspective and the right approach, you definitely don't have to. You can protect it and carry it forward. At the bottom here, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card, very romantic, partnership, proposal, marriage driven. Perhaps this thing that we're protecting is another person or a relationship, but I think we can maintain whatever this is. So definitely don't lose hope. I know you're worried and feeling kind of low about it, but you can do this, Virgo. Taking a look at our next column now, we're going to talk about anything related to money. So starting off with a quick money message for you. What if money did grow on trees? Remember that all trees have seasons and your money works the same. Which season are you currently in as it relates to your finances? Are you investing in planting seeds, or is this the time to collect your harvest? Know your season and nurture your energy accordingly. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything that you associate with money. First up, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a good bunny card. This is a card of luxury. It's a card of self-sufficiency. It's a card of financial gain. It does seem like there's some new money coming in here for you. Likely you've been waiting for it, though. Taking a look at our next card, which is our Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of patience, hard work, delayed success, waiting. But I do feel like we're finally getting into this money that you've been waiting for here, Virgo, which is super exciting. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Swords. If you look at this person, they're gathering their swords and they're moving away. You very well could be switching jobs to get to the money. Maybe you got tired of waiting for your current employer to make the move. So you're moving on so you can get that money. But regardless, it seems like that money we've been waiting for is coming your way. Oh yeah. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Death card. I always like to point out the Death card does not mean death, Virgo, but it does indicate endings, big changes. It's time to move on. It's time to transform. Again, many of you will likely be leaving a job, I think, to get to that money, but it doesn't matter because you're getting the money. So we're going through the transition. We're going through the change there. The next card we have is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a very generous card. It's a card of giving or receiving. Again, we are finally receiving that money that you have been waiting for, Virgo. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of waiting. We've established that. It's a card of patience, that it is new job, raise, promotion, some sort of money news. So love to see that. Again, the message here, Virgo, is the money you've been waiting for. Taking a look at our next column now, we're going to talk about anything related to love. So a quick love note to start with. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter into our lives. Let go and all will work out. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here. The first card that we have is the Strength card. I'm hearing the message here, Virgo. You need to prioritize loving yourself. I'm hearing love you first. So hopefully that makes sense to you. The Strength card, though, is very much so a card of self-love, self-respect. It's like once you love yourself, then you get that unconditional love from others. So hopefully that message is meaningful and resonates with you. The next card we have is the Death card, similar to what we talked about earlier. It doesn't actually mean death, but it is a transformation. It's a change. I think this could be a new period of self-love for you, or it's almost like getting the love you deserve is another message I'm hearing. At the bottom here, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about trusting your intuition. There's some things that you don't fully see, hear, understand, so there's some unknowns. But it's like trusting your gut to navigate you through this and putting you first. Let's take a look at our clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you here. First up, we have the Tower card. The Tower card can be a card of unexpected or unwanted things. I always tell people you plan for A, B, C, and D, E, F ends up happening with the Tower. But at the end of the day, this is about putting you first. And again, this is a change. We don't, Virgo, I don't think you put yourself first a lot, but now is the time. The next card that we have is the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation and abundance. And this like explodes when we put ourselves first and we have that self-love for ourselves. So not only are we entering into a new period with the Death card where there's self-love, this is giving us the ability to create and giving us the abundance that we need. This is also a card of fertility and pregnancy, so a great card for those of you wanting to grow your family. And at the bottom here, we have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is a card of skill, quality, craftsmanship. This is about putting your best foot forward, and it's interesting. So with the High Priestess, I was saying there's some sort of unknown. So there's something you don't see, something you don't realize yet, but it's like put your best foot forward no matter what. Because again, it is being seen, or it is being acknowledged or recognized. Again, there's something you can't fully see. So put your best foot forward always when you can there. Okay, well, let's talk about our fifth and final column now. We have a summary affirmation card. I will encourage. This is about finding motivation for something. I think you're getting motivated, or potentially there's something you're encouraging somebody with. But it feels more like motivation. But let's take a look and see what message we've got here. So the first card that we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a low card. You see the sky is dark, the swords are stuck in this person, they're just laying down flat. I feel like you're in a low place and we need the motivation, or whoever you're encouraging is in this kind of low place. So we're moving out of this place. How do we move forward here? The next card that we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a card This can be a card of new love, but this is also like being very studious. This is a card of hard work. So it's putting in the hard work or encouraging the hard work to get out of that kind of Ten of Swords funk or low spot. At the bottom here, we have the Queen of Cups. Very fitting. The Queen of Cups is a card of healing, nurturing yourself. You see the cup on this card isn't really a cup, it's like a trophy, and I always say this is like polishing the trophy, and that trophy is you. So again, it's like, how do we encourage this healing, or how do we motivate ourselves to get to this point? Let's look at our clarifiers here. First up, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion, so we do get to grow past this. We get to move past this point, which is a nice thing to see. The Three of Wands can be a travel card as well. Maybe a vacation is what brings you out of that funk. I know that works great for me, so possibly some travel involved. The Three of Wands is also a card of teamwork. So again, you could very well be the one doing some encouraging. Again, you will encourage. The next card we have is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card of multitasking. This is weighing options. I feel like we need to explore past. We need to figure out where we're putting the hard work in. So if you're finding motivation for yourself, it's like knowing what direction you want to go in. Or if you're doing the encouraging, the inspiring, again, it's about being able to know what direction to go in. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. This is typically a new money card, but this is kind of the end result of the encouragement or the motivation or the inspiration. It's getting ourselves prepared for that thing that we want. So the motivation is working and the encouragement is working, which is nice to see there. Okay, Virgo, at this time I'm going to give the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1, the 6 of Clubs. This is number 43 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the 5 of Hearts. This is number 2 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the Ace of Clubs. This is number 31 card. That's going to be a no. So no, yes, no there for you. If you watched your card or your reading earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of August. You have Aquamarine this month, which is good for ease. It's good for your clears. Gives you that drive in life, helps keep you buoyant, helps do things with ease and depth at the same time. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, never hurry, get plenty of exercise, always be cheerful, get all the sleep you need, expect to be well. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Virgo, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your August.